Welcome to my channel where we will be watching a film from the public domain. But first I would like to say thank you to my subscribers because you guys encourage me to continue making these videos. As I've mentioned in a few previous videos, I have changed my setup slightly. I still have some things that I would like to change. As you can see, some cords down on this wall over here. I have some things I'm still working on. If there's anything that you think I should change, please let me know. Film we're watching today is called The Impossible Voyage. It's from 1904. This is another film by George, I don't know how to say his last name, another that I'm classifying as fantasy. He likes these big productions. So let's see what happens. The Impossible Voyage. Okay, so they're planning out their voyage because they have a globe. Them guys in the back are laughing. Because it's impossible, so they don't think that they're laughing because it's impossible. Okay, so are they discussing whether or not this should happen? So this guy's gonna present his views. Okay, let's see. There's a car, and there's some kind of flying machine. They're gonna go up here off this edge to this parachute flying machine, and then go into the water. Okay, a lot of people are nodding, so I assume they're agreeing. That's good. Well, it's good if you wanna take chances and try things. Get the people to agree. Maybe they're the funders. They're building all the things that they need for this journey. The flying, like, parachuted blimp things. I don't know when the Wright brothers flew. Don't remember. I don't remember with Charles Lindbergh, but I think that was more in the double digits. So this is 1904. I'm pretty sure Charles Lindbergh did not fly at this point. Oh, so the people that I'm calling the funders, they're going to look at the progress of building the different machines and vehicles and whatever that are going to be needed. Oh, look, now we get to see. Okay, so I'm going to say, like, slightly similar to, maybe I shouldn't bring that up. I don't really know the order of when some of these videos are going to come out. Hey, I just realized this is colorized. That guy has a green jacket on. Ice tank. So what do they need an ice tank for? They gonna freeze something? If you're going up, I mean high enough in the atmosphere, doesn't that freeze things? Okay, so we're in a different part of the shop. Workshop. What's with all the hands? Oh, I assume it's because it's a silent movie. We have to do all that. Maybe people are supposed to understand what that means. Wonder what that stuff is. Oh. He's like, get away. Okay. Next step. So, this is like a 20-minute film. If we're spending all this time watching them build these machines, how are we gonna finish the film? What? Did he just put a sponge of water over her head and she threw the bucket on him? Wonder why he did that. Maybe it'll be in the Wikipedia article. There's no telling what's in there. Okay, depart. And luggage. So this is a normal train station, ferry station, whatever. I don't know what they had at the time. Taxi station. Okay, so are these all the guys that are going on the voyage? And so what are they really doing there? Because they're building their own vehicle. So do they really need to go to a station where people usually go to? That guy got left behind. That was funny. That was a girl, whatever. That was pretty funny. Okay, so they just closed the door. Did they? Alright, there's the train, so they're leaving on the train. Okay, so there's the train. So how are they gonna get their vehicle if they're going by train? Also, I have a question. Why is this bridge out here, but the people were behind, like... Oh, the train track, it goes around, like... It goes around like that. And so they had to go, okay. I like the waterfalls. The side of the train is open. They're gonna fall out. Okay. You know, that is kind of nice because you get to see everybody all at once. Okay, so they're arriving at wherever their destination. Oh no, okay, they're just driving past. And all these people know about their trip. They're not just driving past, they're stopping. There's their ice tank. Is their vehicle in the ice tank? With that little door? Maybe the back or front opens. Yeah. Oh, okay. So now we're getting on this vehicle, and there's all the people's luggage on top. Hang on. All these people were in the train. Maybe it's a transportation train that just has a few rooms for people to ride in. Why are they all bouncing up and down? It wasn't even going. Is it like supposed to be the engine is moving? The vehicle itself wasn't moving. Okay, so they're running around the building. Oh, dude, they just crashed. Okay. So they're in here. Is this the same vehicle that we saw him on a little bit ago? Why were those other people dressed funny? Oh, dude, the thing crashed. It flew off the edge. Okay, so that guy's secure. They got a rope. So then they're gonna try to get the people out. Okay, I saw some weird things at the end, like the people that I think are doctors and nurses, like slamming the person's head into their bed. I don't know if I saw that wrong or what. Okay, they got out of the hospital, so they're getting back on a train. Why are they pushing all the people on the train? Do the people not want to go on the train? Okay, so that was the one where it was supposed to be like off the cliff. That. I guess technically like this. I don't know. Does that rain and snow because they're so high in the atmosphere? This drove through the moon and the stars and the planets. They're in outer space now. Some of the planets got caught onto the wheels. Oh, look, clouds. They did a good job with those clouds, though. Okay, so that's the sun. Is that still the sun? The sun was yawning and the people went into the sun. What caught on fire? Would the train caught on fire? I mean, you know, it just flew into the sun. Okay, so the train is on the sun. That was the impossible journey, dude. I would be laughing too. They're gonna fly into the sun. Well, I suppose that's what makes me think of Trip to the Moon, because now they're on the sun. It's like a trip to the sun. Okay, everybody's fine. That's good. Okay, what does he see? Let's go see what he's pointing out. Outer space. They just drove through it, but now they're amazed to look at it. You can be. I'm not trying to put them down for it. Hey, look, I can see the back of their ice tank. What was the whole thing about building the thing and the flying machine and all this stuff, but then they just took a train there anyway? Okay, so they were getting really warm, and now the guy said, we should get in the ice tank. That's why they have an ice tank, so they can cool off. Guess they brought stairs from the train, like there were stairs, steps on the train. So, I'm gonna say this. You go all the way to the sun. What, he's not getting in there? They closed the door without him. He didn't. They closed the door. He was standing right there. Everybody's turned to ice. You're gonna melt all the ice, and then the people, there won't be any more ice tank. Did he just pick up hay from the sun? What's he doing? Is he trying to start a fire so he can put the fire in the ice tank, but how will they ever cool off again? I get that they cooled off too much. The ice on the bottom melted, the ice on the top didn't melt. Okay, y'all need to close the door and keep in the ice that's still there. This is only gonna last for so long. You guys gotta get home before you... I mean, if you have extreme temperatures and nothing in between, you need to get home so you can have the in-between. We're not made to last on the sun. Okay, so they did bring their vehicle. Their vehicle is for traveling around the sun, like through it, on it, to explore it. How about that? Yep, just push everybody in. Okay. Alright, and that's where the parachute comes in handy. They land in the water. Hang on, are they still on the sun? Did I miss something? So the sun has water on it. Dude, our water evaporates from direct sunlight. Okay, so they are now inside their vehicle, right? Because it looks similar to the train, but the windows are round. I assume that's supposed to be an octopus, but I just see an owl with tentacles. Hey, we were looking at that. He wants to show his plans. So I can see the top of their spaceship. Above the spaceship is like, I see, I don't know. It looks like smaller versions of the exact same thing, plus this like clock tower in the middle. Don't know. If you have any idea, please let me know. What just happened? Oh! Did they get back to Earth? Or are there people living on the sun as well? Why do they all have telescopes? Okay. So we're back in the room where we started, right? No, we're not back in the room where we started. But maybe it's similar people. This in the upper left corner says Institute. So are they at a university, like presenting their findings? Is that the end? That's the end. Okay, well, I like that enough. I'm not as much into the fantasy stuff, but some of these old films are actually kind of interesting because it's like different to see the special effects that they had at the time and to see things from a perspective of only a little over 100 years ago when technology was so different. Things that just they didn't understand that we've learned since then. It's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go look at the Wikipedia article. See you in a bit. So, this film is actually a satire of scientific exploration. It's geographically minded tourists attempt to journey to the sun using various methods of transportation. So, a society of geographical enthusiasts, and this is the Institute of Incoherent Geography, so that's what that sign said at the end. And basically, they have a bunch of names to say that they really don't know what they're doing. There is the first guy who had the plan and everybody was laughing is Professor Daredevil, and he wanted to tour the world, but it was rejected for being out of date. It was eccentric engineer Crazy Loft who has this idea for the Impossible Voyage, which is to go to the sun. Here's a thing that I thought was interesting. So they get into the submarine. Crazy Loft launches it off a cliff on the sun, and it plummets through space to fall to an ocean on Earth. So it actually, they were not having an ocean on the sun. It was an ocean on Earth. They just fell from the sun onto the Earth. And then I think it says the submarine exploded. That's how they got back up to the seaport. So I thought that was really interesting. It is good to know that this was, even at the time, I assume, considered a fantasy. It's not considered a fantasy. It's considered science fiction, at least now, but it wasn't that this guy, George, believed that that was the way it was. This was a satire. It's meant to be funny. I was kind of picking up on it was meant to be funny, but I didn't really expect that, so it was weird for me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you thought that I was wrong about anything that I was saying, then you should correct me and have fun and watch movies.